People have the Zionist dream within them. We want to live in Israel. We desire it. Our souls crave it. But the reality can sometimes be a lot harder than the dream.
We felt comfortable, but it wasn't that place where you say, aha, I'm home, I'm here.
And I remember when my daughter was born, we were naming her on Shabbat. And I remember my husband, like he went to shul and he named her, and there was no community surrounding him. And I remember thinking to myself then, like, where are my children going to have their bar and bat mitzvahs?
People get lost in the system basically, and then slowly but surely they slip out. Stumbled across a news article about this new town that was being built in the north of Israel, and it was a really interesting proposal and opportunity to have a portion of the land of Israel to actually be able to live, to buy a home, to really raise a community, or raise a family at least, in a new location in Israel. So once a week on Shabbos afternoon, we sat in a boiler room of a different shul, and 4, 5, 6 of us sat around learning Mishnah Berurah.
It was a vision that we had, that we just came together and said we need a shul, and we have a rabbi, and we have people who are interested, and it started off I think with 6 families, and now we have close to 70.
I always felt, even in Montreal, in Canada, that there's a place for me, but there's not a place for me. And my husband feels the same way. I remember the first Shabbat that I came into the synagogue, there were 2 women, literally 2 women sitting there. And they smiled at me and they're like, Shabbat Shalom. I was like, wow, that's rare. I already feel like, wow, they saw me and they feel my presence. They it's important for them to actually take a second and to say Shabbat Shalom. We really found a place here that we really feel like we belong.
If Kehillat Derech Eretz didn't exist, if KDE wasn't in Harish, then I know for a fact that there would be many, many Jewish families who were not living in the land of Israel, that they would not have found their place, they would not have found their home, and they would have had to have gone back to America, to England.
I had Miluim this past February. My wife Netta was pregnant. Her pregnancies are very, very difficult. I wasn't sure I would be able to go to Miluim. I didn't want to miss Miluim because it's the middle of a war, and I didn't want to leave Netta and the kids without help at home. I ended up requesting help from KD. The support that the community provided gave me the confidence to say, okay, I can do this. I can go to Miluim.
KD has provided a sense of security for our kids since we moved here. It could be jarring to be in a new place, especially when you don't speak the language, and none of us really did. And so for them, KDE became a place where they felt safe, they felt seen, they felt they can be known, and that was absolutely a vital part of our transition in here into Israel.
Now, especially my second daughter, she is running all over the place with her friends, and I'll see her an hour or 2 later and she comes in with a group of friends.
I can't imagine being successful in our Aliyah without a community. To me, KDE is the family that we have here, the anchors that we have here. I can't imagine other places that have that same kind of built-in support, especially because the shul is made up of immigrants.
So I really feel like with KDE, we have found that home. We have found the place where we will be able to please God, celebrate all of our simchas, and we'll have that feeling of family surrounding us.
It really has become a family unit. It's making me really emotional. It's really, really special.
We are maxed out now in the shul itself. We have no more room. I'm putting out all the chairs, putting out the curtain to add an extra row, set up the shul with chairs, take it apart, bring it back to classroom standards.
The Shabbatot are completely packed. We're stuffed in there like sardines. Maybe that's a bit too English, but we're packed in there extremely tightly. It's a real investment in the future of Israel at the end of the day, because if Jews aren't living here, someone else will be, and we want to make sure that there's a Jewish presence in this part of the country, a flourishing Jewish presence and a flourishing Jewish life. We're standing next to the plots where the future home of Kehillat Derech Eretz is going to be. As you can see, this whole area here, the trees are going to come down, the landscaping is going to take place, and this is going to be the home for all Dovrei Anglit, all English speakers in the city of Harish very, very soon.
Our community is helping keep Olim in Israel. It's helping people who have that dream and want to come here and keep Israel going, to have their children being raised here so we can support this incredible dream which is Medinat Yisrael. and help keep people here.
The aim of the shul is to enable people not only to have a physical aliyah to come and live in Israel, but to continue that spiritual Jewish journey and have a spiritual aliyah. We need a bayit in Eretz Yisrael, build me a house and I'll dwell within them, if we want to have our members feel that they are part of this new spiritual community that is focused on growth, it's focused on achdut. We need the bayit of Hashem that we're going to build dwelling together.